Hello, Deborah with Preservation Publications and Preservation 2012 on YouTube. I would like to read some statistics off to you from 3 news articles that I found this morning about food production in the United States. I know it's difficult listening to me read from a scripted page, but this information is pretty important, so just bear with me. Wheat production in Kansas, the second largest U.S. grower, is in the worst shape in 15 years after drought across the Great Plains dimmed prospects for the harvest in June. Less output would erode inventories already expected to drop 14% in the United States, which is also the world's largest exporter. 46% of Kansas is experiencing drought, and production is down 29% from last year. Texas and Oklahoma crop production may be cut by 50%. The USDA said that only 1% of wheat has been planted in North Dakota because of wet weather and slowly melting snow. Only 10% of the nation's total spring crop has been sown, which is down from 57% a year earlier. 45% of Kansas winter wheat was in poor or very poor condition. Shrinking output may exacerbate a shortfall in global grain supplies. Per the International Grain Council, in the year starting July 1st, cereal inventories, including wheat and coarse grains, may slide 2.5%. So what this all means is that the United States is not going to make up for the shortfalls that it has in the past. We're losing ground here, folks. We're not picking up. And I just want us to stay focused on that as we learn how to live with less food production in this country. There are so many fallacies running around out there, so many ways that we justify and allow hunger in the United States to spread. The truth of the matter is that 1/3 of all households in the United States now qualify as being working poor. The working poor are working full-time jobs and are taking on second jobs just to try to keep food on the table. They fall below that poverty line which allows them to receive aid, but as a result they're eating less quality food. Instead of fruits and vegetables, they're eating rice and corn. They're trying to make up for their hunger by eating poorly. Now, I don't believe that obesity in this country has anything to do with overeating. I think it has everything to do with eating poorly. We have been conditioned to eat foods at fast food restaurants with very little nutritional value and a lot of fat and calories. People aren't eating 5 or 6 burgers. They're still eating 1 burger. It's just that it's filled with garbage. At the same time, we're consuming soda in such vast quantities that we've made Coca-Cola and Pepsi-Cola 2 of the wealthiest corporations in the world. And they have absolutely no nutritional redeeming value whatsoever. If you have kids in public school, I suggest you take a look at their menus. Find out exactly what they're feeding your children. Good portion of it is not healthy at all. But because schools are responsible for providing many children with the only meal that they will get in this country, they have to fill them up instead of provide nutrition. This has been going on for a long time. This is not new news to any of us, I suspect. But we've got to start to think differently about food and food consumption in America. So I'm going to link the articles below that address the issues in this. Please give them a read and consider what they're saying. Until next time, for our families, our neighbors, our friends, and our communities, preservation.